Hello everyone, welcome to Beyond the Build podcast. I'm Layana Bishkayed and I'm very glad to be joined by Ahmed El Shamy, the CEO of Majid Al Futtaim Properties. Thanks for being with us.
A pleasure to be here.
We're so happy to have you with us. How do you find the event so far? Tell us about your experience today.
So I think the event so far is brilliant. Unfortunately, I couldn't be in the first part because I had a meeting, but when I came, it's a great panel, lots of good discussions, and it's a great networking opportunity. I met so many people from the industry, a lot of my dear colleagues and competitors. So having seen everybody under one roof is a fantastic event.
And you mentioned that you met a lot of people from the real estate industry today. And if you want to talk about the UAE market, it is a very booming market today and it's very competitive. So can you tell us how are you staying ahead of the game and you're, up to that competition?
So I fully agree with you. The UAE market has been extremely buoyant. We've been lucky to be in this market. This is a market that has been in the uprise for the last 51 months. So a great market to be in. Majid Al Futtaim, our founder, has instilled in our DNA the desire to always be innovative and to be ahead of the game. So Mr. Majid, when he opened Mall of the Emirates 20 years back, everybody did not even understand what is this Mall of the Emirates in the middle of the desert and what is. And now Mall of the Emirates has truly become an iconic legacy of the city of Dubai. So again, we use that same DNA that Mr. Majid has instilled in us, and we introduced Tilal Al-Ghaf. So Tilal Al-Ghaf is bringing waterfront living in the middle of the desert. So we have a community in the middle of the desert. We made a big lagoon, and then in the lagoon we also made islands within the lagoon, and we're selling on the beachfront, on the lagoon and on the island. So again, it was the first of its type. And now with Ghaf Woods, again, staying ahead of the game, we're introducing what we call bringing the forest living to Dubai. And it's quite humbling to see that a lot of other developers started to pursue a similar type of selling lines. So it does show that we've been ahead of the game so far. It's not easy, but we keep on challenging ourselves and try to always come with something unique, because it's all about building a legacy for the company.
You mentioned one of your very unique projects, which is Ghaf Woods. So can you tell us a little bit more about this project and what makes it actually unique compared to any other project?
It is a very dear project to my heart. So it was launched when I became the CEO of Majid Al Futtaim Properties. So there is an emotional connection. So forest living in Dubai has been a challenge. How can you create a destination with 35,000 trees? More trees than the number of residents. This does not seem or sound logical or sustainable. But actually, with science, with studying, with the right consultation, with the right data and surveys and technology, we have managed to crack the formula. So we have a very sustainable project. 80% of our trees are indigenous trees, so they come from the region. We looked at technology that's embedded in the soil to maintain and preserve the moisture, so soil additives that maintain moisture. We have smart grids. We have moisture sensing technologies, sensors in the soil, again, to ensure that this is very sustainable. Our 35,000 trees, when they are fully up and the forest is alive, we will not be requiring a lot of water from the municipality. Actually, we'll need less water than what the municipality would be ready to give us, because a lot of our trees will be self-sufficient as they approach the water table. We have a lot of technologies embedded in Ghaf Woods when it comes to even the orientation of the buildings, because we're trying to make a human-centric destination. So where people can have a walkable pedestrian area, they can walk through the forest, they can interact amongst one another and interact with the nature itself. So it is a lively community, and the way our buildings are built is in such a way that the orientation and the positioning of the buildings allows for the maximum shaded areas. So we are creating a community where we are going to be providing an area where people will enjoy up to 5 degrees less temperature than the rest of Dubai, and cleaner air. And so it's an incredible community. So it is very dear to my heart indeed.
Absolutely, and it sounds very, very interesting actually. And you talked about how this project and maybe other projects of yours offers things like sustainability, a sense of community, some very new, advanced technology. But all of these things, to some people, think that it comes with a cost. So how are you actually ensuring that you're providing, a very, comfortable living to the, and you're giving the needs of the people, while also ensuring that it is actually within the cost, the reasonable costs?
So thank you very much. So first of all, let me assure you that the way we look at sustainability is that it is not a trade-off. sustainability for us is actually a trade-on. It is a business enabler. If you align your fabric of the company and the project to sustainability, you cater to a growing need in our customers. So you actually cater to customers. And if you cater to customers and you meet their expectations, you build trust. And trust drives success. Trust does not come from success. Success comes from trust. So for us, it's a trade-on, not a trade-off. Now, I can tell you is that when it is an upfront investment, but it does show its way when it comes to the actual running costs of a project. So when we look at our projected service charges in our project, we are similar to almost a lot of the competitive developments in the city of Dubai, and we're actually up to 20 or 25% less than some of the premium service charge developments in Dubai because of the sustainability practice that we encourage and we introduce in our design.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing some of the stories of Majid Al Futtaim Properties. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.